On this week's GTA 5 o'clock, Rockstar's hiring for their next project, Halloween update coming soon, and the Lowriders DLC is live. It's all here on this week's GTA 5 o'clock. Hello and welcome to this week's GTA 5 o'clock. My name is James and I'm here with co-host Ian Wilson, Mr. Trophy.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, so as we said at the top of the show, the Lowrider DLC is live. Ian has been checking that out and we will have all the details on that a bit later on. But first, the big news this month, I guess, is that Rockstar have started hiring for a new game. Now, we don't quite know what that game is. There are 162 jobs listed on the Rockstar job site. That is a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're probably not all related to one game.
No.
They can come from lots of different departments. There's loads of different things in there. But the one thing that is interesting is that they are advertising for someone who can make a
gameplay designer position. Looking for advanced physical and digital prototyping skills to establish the pillars of an asymmetrical cooperative stealth experience.
Now, an asymmetrical experience is one where you basically, two players play the same scenario together but can have different results. Like, they can see different things. So think like heists when you're playing GTA Online. There's a team of 4 of you there, but you all go off and do different things but come together at the end to make a big thing.
Yeah.
That is basically an asymmetrical experience. So it's things like that. So it's cooperative and you're both going off to do different things to meet an end goal. Now, that's an interesting thing to be recruiting for. It could, I guess, be GTA Online related.
Yeah.
It could
maybe
be
more heists or something in that vein.
Yeah, and stealth plays very much a part in heists and things like that.
True.
One of their guys could have left. They could be looking for someone to do that. But the more exciting thing to think about is that it's for a new game.
Yes.
Or an expansion on something. It could be Agent.
Yeah, the much fabled
Yes.
Agent game, yeah.
We haven't seen anything of Agent apart from the logo and an announcement that it's called Agent and it might be happening at some stage. That's about it. It could be a new direction that they're taking Red Dead Redemption, a sequel to that.
Yeah.
Or
Something brand new.
or something brand new that we've never heard of before. There is also a animation systems and an R&D programmer who's expected to help us in developing advanced animation systems for large open world character-based games. So that screams, big. What Rockstar are good at, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
big
exactly,
open world.
yeah.
So we're not looking at like a linear experience. They also want. There's mention of physics-based destruction and a lot of talk about things like the physical impact reaction against characters using physics and physics-based destruction. Now, physics-based destruction, I guess you could argue, is in GTA.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, to a very limited extent.
Yeah, it just depends on how much they're taking that.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, that's something that's never been in GTA or any of Rockstar's games before, like physics-based destruction. That's quite a big thing if they're going in that direction. There's also a basic understanding of human motion and biomechanics. That's probably just character animation and modeling and things like that. Another interesting thing in there is there's talk of weapon rigs and third-person stuff, like creating the illusion of densely populated worlds. Another big thing for I mean, I don't think this is the next GTA. It's too early to be doing that kind of stuff. So it's something else that's a bit like that. Obviously, Red Dead has a big populated. It's not that populated, but it is like a big populated world. But then there's also stuff on there that says they're looking for a vehicle artist who has a deep understanding and love of car culture.
Oh.
Now, Midnight Club.
I was just going to say, Midnight Club is all about the cars, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, you could, because then it goes on and there's a character artist with a deep appreciation and understanding of fashion and street style.
Right.
Now, those could be related to a game like GTA because they have mod shops in there now, as we'll look at the Lowriders DLC later. They have fashion stuff. You have to be able to understand fashion to make humorous puns on the fashion industry and have fun shops.
Exactly.
So that that could be that, but really, I mean, we just don't know. They're all really exciting things, and you can take from it that it's probably going to be third person. It's going to be a big open world. It's going to have cars in it.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be able to dress up somehow, and things might explode and then collapse in a real physics-based way. Now, obviously, in GTA 5, all of the characters are like physics-based. If you run them over, they collapse into like ragdoll things. But buildings don't really do that.
No, exactly. If you strap a load of C4 on the side of a building and blow it up, it'll scorch the walls, but it won't actually. It might smash a few windows, maybe, but yeah, it doesn't like bring anything toppling down. So maybe that could be the next big step.
Yeah. And finally, there is only one mention of an interior artist. So that will please all the people
looking for more interiors.
Looking for more interiors in GTA. It doesn't look like that's one of the big focuses.
No.
And they're looking for an environmental artist experienced in like 3D terrain generation, so like big, expansive terrain stuff. So I mean, it'll be anything.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Rockstar make game. This is the headline here.
They will be making a game at some point in the future.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Yeah.
But I mean, all that stuff's really exciting. And you let us know what you think about it in the comments, or what you think that game could be. If it's going to be a sequel to something, or if it's going to be a new IP, or if Agent falls into that sort of new IP category because it's never really come out. And
no, exactly.
Could be that. I mean, that would be a massive reveal for next year, possibly. I'm thinking next year, E3 time, if they go, hey, remember that game you all forgot about?
Yeah.
Here it is again. Yeah. So it could be that, but then equally, it just could be an expansion to GTA Online in some, like a big, I guess the way that Destiny is expanding in like pay us $30 and we will, release this massive new bit of DLC that you pay for. It could be an expansion to GTA Online that is that big and has all this extra stuff in it that it warrants a big price tag.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. Yeah. So let us know about that in the comments below. Okay, moving on to even more speculation. Halloween is coming up soon.
It is.
In a matter of days, actually, when you listen to this. And there are rumours circulating around, quite heavy rumours, that a Halloween update is coming to GTA Online. Now, obviously, Undead Nightmare came out on Halloween for Red Dead Redemption. This doesn't feel like it's going to be on quite that scale.
No.
But it looks like there's going to be new cars and weapons on the way. I think you get Frankenstein's car.
It's the sort of like Munster's hot rod type thing, something like that.
Yeah.
There's also the hearse.
Hearse comes back.
Yeah, so people have spotted, which you can modify to have a corpse sort of emerging from a coffin in the back.
Yeah, that looks really cool, actually. We might be able to get some pictures of this up so you can have a look at it. If not, there are videos out there of people who have modded these things into the game.
I mean,
already.
I think this is kind of where this has come from, isn't it? The people have gone in and had a little root around in the files and uncovered Halloween-themed stuff that obviously hasn't been seen yet, which would quite heavily imply that there is going to be an update coming soon with all that in it.
Yeah, at one stage I thought that this might just be mods and it could just be people going, oh, Halloween's coming up, we'll make this. But actually, looking into it a bit further, it looks like this stuff is actually genuine and it might be announced, really soon, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So there's like figures on the dashboard as well that you can put on the hearse, like little skeleton men or little zombie, like bobblehead dudes.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. There's a flashlight, which I think is working. You can see.
I think somebody's sort of modded it into the GTA editor and run around with it, and it does actually cast a light in front of you when you aim it.
And you can bash people with it on the head.
Good.
So that's good. And the big talk is that there are things in the files as well that shut the power off in the city. So you can be running around and then there's a total city blackout, which would, I guess, make sense to have a flashlight in there so you can see where you're going. Some of the weapons have flashlight attachments as well, so that's good. But maybe it could get all like dark and foggy at Halloween time.
Yeah.
The full moon could come out. We could hear werewolf noises. I'm not going to say zombies are coming.
No.
But, hey, maybe. It's Halloween and all. You never know. Witches in the sky. Could be really cool.
Bats flying around.
pumpkins outside of houses,
Yeah.
in your apartment, like Halloween parties. Could be really good. So there's definitely, I think, more things as well to be announced and uncovered rather than just a couple of cars and a flashlight. There's definitely going to be more stuff in there. So that's going to be really good. So keep a lookout for that this Halloween weekend. It's going to be a bit like the Christmas update, I imagine, which we didn't get last Christmas.
Yeah.
On PS4 and Xbox One.
It was in the first year, wasn't it? We had that.
So this might be, make up for that of going, hey, there's no Christmas, but you can have Halloween. I prefer Halloween.
Yeah.
It's much more fun than Christmas. Not in terms of like presents and things, but it's just
Just stuff going on.
in the game world, I think it's more of a
Yeah.
fun thing to do than just making it snow. You can do a lot with Halloween things. So, okay, that's that. Keep an eye out for that. And now on to stuff that is definitely happening, because it's happening right now. The Lowriders DLC is out. It's live. Ian, you've been having a little play around with it.
I have, I've had a play around with it. So a lot of the there's like a whole new sort of part of GTA Online focused around Lamar kicks in. So basically, once you've installed the update and go into the online, you'll get a call from Lamar telling you about this new custom shop, Benny's Original Motorworks, which is kind of like tucked down a back alley somewhere. Which basically works a lot like the mod shops that we're used to, but it's a completely separate shop from the other ones. And basically, there's certain vehicles you can take there and basically mod them into lowrider vehicles and get all the hydraulics and all the other fancy stuff.
Make them bounce.
Done on that. You can make them bounce. Yeah, you've got there's like different levels of hydraulics you can put in it, and like the more money you spend on it, the higher. Like you can raise your car, and then sort of the higher you can, because you can actually sort of drop it down to the ground and launch them to make yourself bounce in the air. So,
let's talk about money then. This obviously is a free piece of DLC.
Yes.
But how much in-game GTA dollars do I have to spend?
Pretty expensive. The one I looked at, basically, there's 6 different vehicles you can turn into these customized lowriders. 4 of them are the ones that already exist in the game. Which you've sort of seen around the sort of Ballers and Vargos territory already. There's 2 new ones. There's the D-Class Moonbeam van, and which apparently you can also get someone in the back and use 2-handed weapons out of the back door.
Nice,
so it could be quite handy if you're sort of doing a mission where you've been chased by people and you need to take stuff out behind you. And then the other one that I used was the Willard faction, which is another sort of, looks like a fairly unassuming car to start off with, but you can take that and get it modified. Those 2 vehicles, there's a new shortcut appears on your phone which takes you directly to Benny's website, and you can order them through there.
Okay.
I think the Willard was actually quite cheap to buy. I think it was only like $20,000 or $30,000, and get it delivered to your garage. But then once you then take it to get it customized, you have to sort of buy this customization upgrade to the car before you can start adding all this stuff to it. And I think for that one, it was something like 335,000 GTA dollars.
Woo!
So quite steep.
Yes.
So it's not something you can get into lightly. But then once you've bought that upgrade, you can then start adding all the other fancy stuff in there. You can like change the interior of the car. You can like sort of change how the seats look, how the dashboard looks. You can add like different gear sticks, and you can have the bobble heads on the dashboard, all of that sort of stuff. And then the other stuff that it adds with that as well is you get some new interactions in the player interaction menu. You basically get a remote control for your car.
Yes.
So once you've upgraded it, you can hop out of the car, go into the menu and use that, and you can open any of the doors of the car that you want, or you can open them all at the same time, make them close again. You can turn your engine on and off. You can turn the headlights on and off. And then you can also change the radio station. So if you sort of pay to put a big upgrade, put some big speakers in the trunk of your car, when you pop the trunk open, the radio gets a lot louder if you've got the engine running, and then you can change the radio station and kind of like blare your music out.
Nice.
If you're having like a meet up with the rest of your crew, you can sort of crank some tunes out from there and keep everyone entertained.
That's good. There's some good new additions there.
So that's quite cool. So that's the main thing, and then there's obviously a lot of stuff that comes with that, like new clothing and hair and accessories and all that stuff. You can now buy a 4th property.
Yep.
If you want more room to store all these
the extra cars.
fancy cars that you're going to pimp up. There's a couple of new weapons, a machine pistol and a machete you can get from ammunition, normal route for that. So there's like a whole new set of Lamar missions you get from him, which is all sort of based around sort of setting off a gang war between the different gangs. So that's quite interesting. They've also added quite a handy new feature in the quick interactions menu where you can get ammo direct through your phone rather than having to go to an ammunition to stock up, which is pretty handy. Just like go to your inventory, select ammo, and then just choose the weapon, choose what you want to buy, and it just jumps straight into your inventory. So definitely helps if you're sort of pinned down in a firefight somewhere and you run out of grenades or rockets or whatever, you can quickly grab some more.
Get bullets delivered through the internet.
Internet, exactly. Yeah, download them straight to your gun. It's amazing. It's
wow,
the future.
That is the future.
So yeah, so that's quite cool. And then there's also 3 new adversary modes have also been added in, which are kind of like similar. 2 of them at least are quite similar to the sort of speed inspired one that came with the last update. So you've got one where you're racing around a course with lots of jumps and obstacles, but if you fall below a minimum speed, the bomb counter starts going up and then you get blown up. And I think that's like a survival mode on that one. And then you've also got a race between 2 teams where each team's got like a lead car, they have to get to the finish line, but then all the other cars, sort of faster, more powerful ones, where you're trying to take out the lead car for the other team. Yeah. So there's a lot of cooperation with that. And then there's also another slightly interesting one. It's like a relay race. So it's a team race, but you only have one player on your team racing around a lap, and then when they come back in, the next player's kind of released from their holding pen, and then they do a lap.
Okay.
So yeah, that's an interesting one.
That's good.
But yeah, so you can jump into those through the job menu in the usual way. Yeah, nice.
Sweet.
New stuff to do. So
yeah, nice. Well, let us know how you're getting on with the Lowriders DLC, and if there's anything missing in there that you'd like to see in future updates. And we will take a look at them and see if we agree with you. As we say, keep an eye out for the Halloween update coming this week, hopefully and
yeah.
Tell us what you think Rockstar's new game could be, and we will discuss all that on next month's GTA 5 o'clock, which will be back here on the channel at 5 p.m.